Okay, so eto siya yung problem natin. Maghahanap kayo ng partner. Maghanap kayo ng partner dyan sa ano natin ha, sa Zoom. Suppose you have some chairs and each chair has four legs. How would you describe the relationship between the numbers of chairs and the corresponding number of legs? So, yan yung problem natin ha. Ito yung problem natin. You look for a partner. Aantayin ko kayo dito sa Zoom. I will give you 5 minutes. Then, you would ask someone doon sa pair nyo na siya yung mag-e-explain. Practice lang ito ha. But, uh, if may makapag-present ng answer nila, I would give points doon sa makasagot. Walang tamang sagot dito actually. Walang tamang sagot. Any trial is good. Any trial would be good. Walang problema. So, I will give you 5 minutes to answer that question. Tapos ang makasagot, mag-share screen mamaya ha. Or pwede din mag-share screen, pwede mag-salita lang, mag-on cam lang. So timer starts now. So please go back in 5 minutes. Maghanap kayo ng partner nyo ha. Start tayo. Kayo ang maghanap ng partner nyo ha. Hindi ako mag-assign. So based dito, sa example natin, we would be using two different strategies for this question, diba? Suppose you have some chairs in each pair, and each chair has a leg, then how would you describe the relationship between the number of chairs and the corresponding number of legs? Basically, you could do this during using ratio and proportion, or just like some math, number sentences. So let's use the number sentence. So, in terms of language, iba, napag-usapan din sa slide kahapon na we should do generalization. So first, let's talk about it in language. In language, the number of chairs, legs, is 4 times the number of chairs. Diba? Tama siya? Pag ginagawa natin siya in a word problem. But, if you will do it in an algebraic notation, legs equals 4C. C represents the chairs and L represents the legs. So, pwede siya, diba? So, you could do it in another way. Pwede rin siya in a function table or a graph. So, for your assignment, your next activity is gagawa niyo ito ng function table. Yung problem na yun. So the potential model of the situation is to build the word problem. And next is the situation allows the learners to realize what they are doing. So dapat, we should make sure that learners or the students na nasa klase nyo, alam nyo na yung gagawin. The situation prompts learners to ask questions, notice patterns, wonder, and ask why and what if. So, ganito na lang. So, ito yung magiging base problem nyo. Kuha nyo, itong question na ito. So, suppose you have blah, blah, blah. So, ito yung gagawa kayo. Ito siya, for you to practice lang ha. Ito siya magiging stem ng inyong question, yung word problem ninyo. So, suppose you have blah, 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 blah. So, you would just change the factors inside. Suppose that you have some animals. Each animal has blank legs. So, gagawa kayo ito. So, you would make 5 questions or 5 5 analytical questions. Tapos, kayo rin mismo yung gagawa ng answer. And yung answer niyo is ipapattern niyo dito sa dalawang to. Kuha, paulit-ulit lang siya. Kasi, mahirap kasi magturo if kayo mismo hindi kayo marunong. So, let's try first. Kayo mismo gagawa ng pattern questions and you would be the one to make the pattern answers. Kuha? Okay, let's move on. Para malaman nyo yung ano ang ginagawa at saka ano yung hinihingi ng word problem. So, ano naman siya. So, let's talk about this. So, ito siya. Hindi natin siya gagawin kasi meron na kayong problem na i-present. So, according to NCTM, understanding algebraic thinking deeply requires you not only to know the importance of the mathematical ideas, but also recognize how these ideas are related to one another. So, meaning to say, hindi tayo dapat nakita yung problem na present kanina. Hindi lang dapat natin alam paano siya intindihin. Kasi I know some of you have not understand that question. But if you have, pag nakita nyo na yung answer, ay, ganito lang pala siya. So, let's make sure that alam nyo muna yung base bago natin gagawa ng pattern. So, let us focus on the 5 big ideas. So, let's focus on the 5 big ideas of the properties of arithmetic is used with 4 operations are the same with algebra. So, we have the 4 basic operation. Ano yung 4 basic operation? May estudyante pa ba?
Addition, multiplication, minus division, ma'am.
O, sino yung nagsagot?
Valiente, ma'am.
O, sige, mag-record tayo ng score ngayon. Tingnan natin kung sino ang walang score. So, those are the basic operation. So, please remember, ito siya ha, an equation uses an equal sign to show that two quantities are what? Equivalent. A variable is a tool that describes relationship in a different ways. So, ito siya. Number 4, quantitative reasoning extends the relationship between and among quantities. Function relationship are expressed in words, symbols, tables, graphs. Reasoning occurs between these representation. So, may tanong ako sa inyo ngayon. Bakit sa math nagkakaroon ng iba't ibang representation? Bakit iba't ibang representation? Ang X is different from across mathematics, di ba? Different ba? Parang parehawan lang. But if we would be talking about mathematical problems, bakit nagkakaroon ng iba't ibang reasoning between symbols, tables, graphs? Sige, sino pwede makasagot? Ayo. O, sige, that would be your assignment number 2, ha? Next tayo. Next, teaching responsibilities. We have a critical and a very important role to play as teachers. We walk the edge between the structured mathematics and development of the child. This means that we have the understanding thoroughly by development of mathematics by considering what strategies, big ideas, and emergent models to use potentially powerful forms of representation which to think. Ito lang naman yan siya. It's either we are part of those people na natuturo ng mathematics na it's either we make or break a child, di ba? Kasi if you would be, sino ba dito? What? Ito siya. Can someone tell me, may teacher ba kayo na na dahil sa kanya na-love niyo yung math or dahil sa kanya na-hate niyo yung math? Meron ba dito?
No, ma'am.
Wala, ma'am.
Wala niyo na-hate ang math, wala niyo man na-love?
Oo, ma'am.
Meron na kayong mutual feelings sa math?
Wala, ma'am.
Wala. Sana all. Kasi there are some people who hate math talaga after everything else. So, this is meron akong teacher dati. Actually si Sir Isagani de la Cruz yung SDS at siya yun dito. Sa Coronadal. He was my teacher during high school. Pag naging teacher nyo sa Sabat, feeling nyo ang talino nyo sa Sabat. Kasi he would explain mathematics, algebra pa yun. Algebra and calculus, first year high school. O siya siguro yung teacher nyo, malamang. Feeling nyo, ang dali-dali ng math. Pero nung hindi siya yung naging teacher namin, ewan ko ano nangyari sa math. He's a very good talaga, teacher. So that ito okay na to. Addition, subtraction, multiplication. Why is it essential? Fundamental properties of number and operation govern how operations behave and relate to one another. What are the properties? Ito, okay, alam na to. Okay. For your assignment, number 3, for each operation, make a list of naming the properties students need to learn from grades 3 to 5. Provide examples of each using real numbers and use variables to represent each properties. So hopefully magagawa nyo ito ha. So next, yan ito yung papapatuloy. Please take a screenshot of this activity. Individual ito ha, walang groupings muna ngayon. Kasi kawawa yung iba. Wala akong camera. Makita niyo ako?